Also, a very good afternoon to our distinguished panelists joining from Kingston University London. I'm Prasad Piris. I'm the CEO of ESOFT College of Engineering. I would like to warmly welcome you to today's webinar, Introduction to Kingston University Engineering Programs. Actually, let me explain you the purpose of this webinar. Today's purpose is we give an overview of the engineering undergraduate and postgraduate opportunities available through Kingston University London, both in UK as well as in Sri Lanka. Actually, today we are privileged to have three eminent academics from Kingston University London. Firstly, Professor Mukesh Limbachiya, the Faculty Director for Strategic Partnering and Development. Then we have Dr. Kevin Munisami, the Head of the Department of Electrical, Electronics and Robotics Engineering. Also, finally, we have Dr. Sahand Hosouli, the Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Thank you all for joining today to share your expertise and help Sri Lankan students to explore the exciting opportunities available at Kingston. Okay, before we begin, let me briefly explain today's agenda. Firstly, we will start with the introduction to Kingston University and its collaboration with Kingston ESOFT in Sri Lanka. Then we will hear about the programs offered by Department of Mechanical Engineering and also followed by the Department of Electrical, Electronics and Robotics Engineering. At the end of this presentation, we will have a live question and answer session where our panel members will ask you questions. Actually, throughout, you don't have to wait till the last moment. Throughout the presentations, there's a Q&A panel in the Zoom, right? You can raise your questions there. When the time comes, we'll be asking you questions. Okay, let us begin this webinar session. Right. Firstly, it's my pleasure to invite Professor Mukesh Limbachiya. Before handing over to Professor Mukesh, let me briefly introduce him. Actually, Professor Mukesh with us for last 13 years from the inception. Professor Mukesh Limbachiya is a professor of civil engineering and faculty director for strategic partnering and development at Kingston University London. He's having more than 30 years of experience in engineering education, research, industry collaboration. Also, he's internationally recognized for his contribution to the field. His work focuses on sustainable constructions, concrete technology, waste recycling, smart cities, and resilient infrastructure. He has published over 100 research papers, authored 15 books, and supervised more than 50 PhDs and postdoctoral researchers. Actually, Professor Mukesh's achievement, he has earned global recognition, including being named among the Stanford University's world top 2% scientists for 4 consecutive years. We are delighted to have you here, Professor. Oh, the floor is over to you. Give us an overview of the Kingston and ESOFT.
Thank you very much, Prasad, for the kind introduction. Good evening, everyone. It's very nice to be with you, albeit on this Zoom virtual platform. It is indeed a pleasure for me to introduce Kingston University London and our long-standing successful collaboration with ESOFT. I think let me start from the beginning, where I wanted to ensure just simply why Kingston. Why Kingston is simply the answer to that is because Kingston University is the UK's leading university for future skills. And it is quite important in the world of work and professional sector, which is changing faster than ever before with the introduction and arrival of artificial intelligence, digital technologies, more and more emphasis on sustainability, global connectivity. These are altogether transforming everyone's needs and requirement and profession. So question should be, there is no longer simply what degree should I study for you as a prospective student. In fact, it should be more important for you to question, how do I prepare myself for a successful career in this rapidly changing world? And that's exactly where the Kingston University stands apart from other higher education institutions in the United Kingdom and world over. We focus not only on the underpinning knowledge or academic knowledge, but also our curriculums are being designed and divided such a way that it also allowing you to create the future skills that employers are increasing valuing and looking for. Whether you choose to do Kingston University study a program in Sri Lanka or in London, our goal is always the same. We wanted to prepare our students for career success in the future world of work. And this is the reason why we have now been in a top number one in many of the programs across the London within our collaborative competitive basket. We are consistently appearing on a top 10 and top quartile for the number of programs that have been delivered at the ESOFT College of Engineering and Technology. And not to forget, more than 70% of our research is now been rated world leading. And our mission or our main objective is to prepare our student for a career success in this very rapidly evolving world of work. And this is the reason I can say with the confidence that your future starts with Kingston University. Given that the world-class quality education we provide, the future skills that has been embedded in all our undergraduate programs, together with global kind of exposure and development. And not to forget, you have an opportunity to study Kingston University London programs at ESOFT College of Engineering and Technology. We have over 13 years of partnership excellence and experience and track record, whereby we provide a UK degree to study in Sri Lanka or London. But at the same time, the degrees are those selected, not only sought after by the local industry in the region and the country, but also provides a global opportunity. So your degree from Kingston University is simply opens the door, and your skills and knowledge will determine how far you can go and you can travel. Just to further and kind of emphasize why Kingston University London. And this is the question has been asked by potential prospective students and their parents all the time, why they should choose Kingston University. And I normally give them an answer in a core three reasons. The firstly is the academic excellence. I think you should be selecting a program that provides you the confidence of the degree that is respected, valued by employers, and recognized not only within your city in Colombo or in country Sri Lanka, but world over. And we have a gold-rated, externally verified excellence in offering the academic provisions. In fact, we are one of the 23 universities in UK have secured gold in a teaching excellence framework that was done previously, and we very much proud of that. The second reason is to ensure that whatever you study, that is really connected with the real world, so that you can secure employability. And we are very proud that our programs are designed with input and consultation with the industry, employers, and professional institutions. And therefore, many of our programs delivered at Kingston University are now fully accredited and endorsed by different institutions around the globe. Because we want our graduate to leave university ready to contribute from the day one. And this is where I say our programs are career focused and career defined delivery. And thirdly, at Kingston University, we have a student population coming from more than 140 countries. That's really creating a truly international learning environment, a network that allows us to ensure that all those students can see themselves in our curriculum and supports and defines and revise the content. And in today's world, I can say very confidently that technical knowledge or degree alone is not enough. Employers are looking for graduates who can solve the problems, who can work collaboratively, can adapt to change, and embrace innovation. And that is exactly what Kingston University develops. And it's not surprising. And for this very reason, our mission is simple: helping our students to become a sought after in a world of work. So, partnership between Kingston University and ESOFT, we are incredibly proud of. For more than 13 years, Kingston University and ESOFT have worked together to provide Sri Lankan students with access to internationally recognized UK degrees. In fact, thousands of students have benefited from this collaboration. What makes our collaboration and partnership successful is very simple principle that the same Kingston degree, same academic standard, and it's the same commitment to student success. Student studying through the Kingston curriculum, quality assurance, and processes and future focus approach to education have a similar experience and exposure. And this slide is just prepared to provide you opportunity or the options available and offered through our excellent partnerships. In essence, I feel that this is most important slide for students perhaps. What I like about our partnership is its flexibility, and students have two excellent pathways available to them. First pathway is to study locally through ESOP College of Engineering and Technology in Sri Lanka, where you can gain internationally recognized Kingston degree while remaining in Sri Lanka. You have that as a affordable price and in a comfort of your own surroundings. While the second pathway is the one is continue your journey in London, in UK, whether through undergraduate study, progression routes that we already have set up with the ESOFT College of Engineering, or postgraduate education. Student can experience life and importantly, whichever route life and the study in one of the world's most exciting city. Importantly, which route you choose, the destination remains the same. Kingston qualification recognition will remain the same regardless whether you have obtained that from the ECET or Kingston University in Rome. There is no right or wrong choice. The best pathway is simply the one that aligns with your ambitions, circumstances, and career goals. So you have an opportunity to gain one Kingston degrees with two pathways, presenting you endless opportunity in a world of work. So I would like to encourage you to think carefully about the future you want to create for yourself. The careers of tomorrow will belong to people who combine strong academic knowledge with adaptability, digital capability, creativity, resilience. And Kingston University and ESOFT are committed to helping those students in developing exactly those qualities, competencies, and attributes. Whether your journey begins in Sri Lanka or continues in London, myself and my colleagues at Kingston University, as well as colleagues at ESOFT, we look forward to supporting your success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. It was very insightful and very simple, and you gave a very clear picture to our students. And you gave on one hand, you explained why Kingston. On the other hand, you gave us the pathways. I think it made the very at the very beginning of the webinars, the clear minds of our students how they can proceed. Okay, thank you so much, Professor Gay. Okay, now we will move on to the mechanical engineering department. Actually, here at ESOFT, we offer a number of Kingston University programs from mechanical engineering, for example, MSc in Renewable Energy Engineering, MSc in Mechatronics Engineering, and being honors in Mechanical Engineering. To introduce these programs as well as the other programs running at Kingston University London Mechanical Department, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Sahand Hosouli. Okay, before inviting him, let me share his brief profile. Dr. Sahand Hosouli is the award-winning renewable energy expert, and he's the head of Department of Mechanical Engineering and course leader for MSc in Renewable Energy Engineering at Kingston University London. This is very high demanded program even in Sri Lanka. His research focuses on solar energy, thermal energy storage, waste heat recovery, and sustainable energy technologies. Actually, he has extensive experience in developing innovative renewable energy solutions and translating research into real-world applications. In addition to academic leadership, he is a fellow of Higher Education Academy and an experts member in International Energy Agency. He has also secured research fundings from organizations including Horizon Europe and British Council and British Academy. Dr. Sahand, over to you.
Thank you so much, Prasad. And I would like to also welcome everyone that joined this webinar. And I'm very pleased to be here. If I may, so I would like to share my screen and just discuss a little bit about the programs that we're offering at Kingston University in Mechanical Engineering Department. So let me start with looking at mechanical engineering programs. So before we go to the programs, I would like to take a moment just briefly to discuss about where a mechanical engineering department is. So as Prasad already mentioned, and Professor Mukesh, in 2023 Teaching Excellence Framework, Kingston University awarded gold, including in the categories of student experience and student outcome. In Guardian University Guide 2026, mechanical engineering was placed at 35th, and mechanical engineering subject area has been listed in QS subject ranking and band 501 to 575 globally. We are based at Roehampton Vale campus. So Kingston University has different campuses, different faculties. So School of Engineering, which Department of Mechanical Engineers within the School of Engineering is a part of the Faculty of Engineering, Computing and Environment. We have two campuses in London, Penny Road campus and Roehampton Vale campus, focused on Faculty of Engineering, Computing and Environment. Roehampton Vale campus is specifically a house for our engineering programs. About the structure a little bit. So we have head of school, Professor Simon Philbin, and myself as head of Department of Mechanical Engineering within the School of Engineering. I do have my colleague here as well, Dr. Kevin, which later on he's going to talk about the Department of Electrical, Electronics and Robotic Engineering as well. As Prasad already mentioned, ESOFT College of Engineering and Technology in Sri Lanka offers 3 courses as a franchise. So we do have Mechanical Engineering top-up final year BEng honors and 2 MSc programs, MSc Automation and Control Engineering and MSc Renewable Energy Engineering. Regarding Mechanical Engineering top-up final year BEng honors, so in terms of the structure of the course, you would have individual project, machine design with finite element methods, microcontrollers and control engineering, fluid dynamics and thermal system, and future skills apply as a part of this program, which all of these modules are mandatory. In terms of the MSc Automation and Control Engineering, so in terms of the structure, you would have modules such as research technique, innovation and sustainability, design of autonomous systems, advanced control system, machine learning, industrial robotics, as well as your dissertations. And you need to pick one of the optional modules, which includes human-robot interaction and biologically inspired robotics. If you are interested in this specific course, you may scan the code or contact Dr. Claudia Gaz as course leader for this course. We do also have MSc Renewable Energy Engineering as well. In terms of the structure of the course and as well as the example of how these MSc courses are delivered, imagining starting from September intake, you will have in teaching block 1, starting from mid-September to mid-December, modules such as wind power technology, research technique, innovation and sustainability, advanced product modeling or advanced CFD as an optional module. And in teaching block 2, starting from mid-January to mid-April, end of April, you would have fuel cell technology, solar power technology, and renewable design and performance analysis. And that will conclude by 60 credit dissertation module. At Kingston University in London, we do have 4 undergraduate courses. Specifically, we do have MEng and BEng Mechanical Engineering, MEng and BEng Mechanical Engineering with Automotive Engineering pathway, and these 2 courses also delivered with professional placement as well. Looking at MEng BEng Mechanical Engineering with or without professional placement, you would start with in level 4 with modules like engineering mathematics and programming, design and navigate to professional practice as a part of the modules we delivered within the future skill program. On level 5, you would have mechanical design, thermofluids and solid mechanics, applied AI and mechatronics, because we do appreciate how the world is changing. So these kind of modules would enhance our students' capabilities to tackle challenges in the future, as well as explore engineering design, which is again a part of the future skill program. You could take, if you go with the professional placement, you could take your industrial placement between year level 5 and level 6, and that will followed by level 6 modules such as individual projects, machine design with finite element methods, and microcontroller and control engineering. As a part of the Future Scale program, this is going to be the way that you're going to apply with Future Scale Apply module as well. If you're planning to have a mensch, then you're going to have an option to take the placement between year 5 and 6, or if you don't take it between year 5 and 6, there's going to be another opportunity to take it between level 6 and level 7. In level 7, in the mensch course, you would have a mensch group design project, product design cycle analysis, and advanced CFD as an example, in addition to the modules that you would have in mechanical engineering BEng program. In the automotive pathway, because the course is more focused on automotive topic, by the way, the picture on the right-hand side is our students attending Silverstone for Formal Student Challenge. In this course, the difference in the modules are all highlighted in lighter blue. So for instance, in level 5, you would have modules focused on the automotive, such as automotive design, powertrain systems, and on level 6, you would have modules such as advanced vehicle design and aerodynamics. If you up to a mensch program, you would have at level 7 specific modules like advanced automotive powertrain systems as well. Our postgraduate programs at Kingston University in London includes MSc in Mechanical Engineering, MSc Design and System Engineering, MSc Engineering Management, MSc Automation and Control Engineering, and MSc Renewable Engineering, which on all of them we do also offer with professional placement. That should be a brief introduction about the courses that we do deliver at Kingston University through Kingston University London campus and also our franchise ESOFT College in Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sahand. You gave an insight about the module level insight, even programs offered by Mechanical Engineering Department. And I am pleased to say our students are very much happy with these programs, and lots of our students who follow these renewable energy engineering programs have secured PhD opportunities in global universities like South Korea, Japan, and many other universities. They have secured PhD opportunities. Thank you so much for your explanation.
Thank you, Professor. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now we move on to electrical, electronics, and robotics engineering department. To guide us through these exciting programs offering, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Kevin Munisami. Okay, Dr. Kevin is an associate professor in electrical and electronics engineering, and he's head of Department of Electrical, Electronics, and Robotics Engineering at Kingston University London. Over 20 years of experience across academia and industry, he has made significant contribution to engineering education. His expertise spans electrical, electronics, communication, robotics, and sound engineering as well. And he has played an important role in shaping engineering programs across several UK universities. Dr. Kevin, our audience is eager to learn about the undergraduate and postgraduate opportunities available through your department, that means electrical and electronics and robotics engineering department. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Prasad, for this very kind introduction. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this seminar. It's a pleasure talking to you, especially talking about the Department of Electrical, Electronic, and Robotic Engineering. I will very quickly go through some of the courses that we offer at Kingston University and mention the ones that are delivered also at ESOFT. We'll have a look at the facilities and the resources we have, especially with this department, and we'll look at potentially very quickly, we'll kind of skim through some of the career prospects you might have once you've done some of our courses. Now, in terms of the courses that we have, the ones that were delivered at Kingston University, there's an MEng BEng honors in electrical and electronic engineering. We have an MEng BEng in electronic design engineering. We have an MEng BEng in robotic engineering and artificial intelligence, and an MSc in robotics. Now, for those who are not really familiar with the MEng BEng concept, the BEng is a 3-year degree course. So you get your degree after 3 years. It's a BEng degree. And the MEng is what we call an integrated master's. So you get a master's by doing a BEng first, and then one more year, and you get your MEng. And we also have some courses that are delivered at ESOFT, just like the mechanical engineering courses. And these are the BEng electrical and electronic engineering top-up. And we have a BEng electronic and communications engineering top-up. So what I thought of doing is essentially to give you a flavor of what it is that we teach. What are the topics that you will encounter if you do your degree with us? So I'll start with the electrical electronic engineering course. As you can see, there are some major elements that you would find in a very traditional electrical electronic course, and also some new ones. For instance, you would get signal and systems. You'll have a bit of programming and software. You would also see control and automation. Then we go into the electronics and power systems. We would also look at electrical engineering side. We have sustainable engineering, which is, again, one of the key areas these days and very, very popular among engineers. And these are skills that we need to have. We also have our future skills, which is essentially employability skills for graduates. So before I go to the other courses, I thought of just giving you a very brief kind of thematic of how our courses are developed. Now, every year within our course, there's a theme. So if you join us in first year, the first year is more like an introduction to engineering. So we introduce you to the tools that you would need throughout your degree. For instance, you would be introduced to mathematics, to programming, to basic electrical engineering principles, to basic electronic circuits and systems, and then some basic employability skills as well with the module Navigate and Microcontrol project. What you're seeing right now is kind of the year one for the electrical and electronic engineering course. So we prepare you with the skills you would need. In year two, what we do is we start developing your skill as an engineer. So once you've learned the basics, the introduction, now you start applying these. For instance, you learn mathematics in first year. In second year, you apply it in advanced mathematics. You learn a bit of electrical engineering in first year. In second year, you apply it within electrical systems. Another example would be you learn about programming in first year. And in second year, you start doing artificial intelligence. So whatever you learn in first year, you start applying it. And also the modules start getting a little bit more advanced. So what we're doing is we're developing your skills as an engineer. So when you reach third year, what we'll be doing is we'll develop your skills even further and give you that professionalism to become a professional engineer. So you'll be doing things like communication systems, DSP, power systems, you'll also have a final year project. And at the same time, we'll be looking at the employability skills as well. So by this time, after you've done your third year, you should be ready for industry, because at the end of the day, that's the goal. The goal is to be ready. And this is what we do. We prepare you for industry. And if you want to go even further, you can even do the MEng course, which is the integrated masters. And in that level, what you'll be doing is mostly specialization. So you'll be specializing in advanced topic. And you can see most of these topics here. The name even say advanced. We have advanced power systems and control. We have design of autonomous systems. You have industrial robotics and machine learning. And you also have a project which you do as a team, just like you would be working in industry. So these 4 years are essentially structured in such a way that would prepare you for industry and then specialization. Now, it's the same for all the courses, whether you're doing electrical and electronic engineering, whether you're doing electronic design engineering, or whether you're doing robotic engineering and AI, it's the same theme. You would be introduced to the basic tools, then you start applying it, then you get a bit more advanced, and then you specialize within that area. Now, I thought I also give you a bit of a flavor on what you will learn in robotic engineering and AI. Now, again, this is the 3-year or 4-year course where you'll be learning everything from how to use a robot, how to design a robot, how to build a robot, how to manipulate a robot. So you'll be learning things like robotic design and analysis. You'll be looking at electronics and control, automation. We'll be looking at some very specialized robotic platforms, which I will show you later on. And most importantly, you'll be learning quite a lot in artificial intelligence and programming. And all these would be within real-world applications and projects. In fact, one of the assessments that you will have in second year would be given by industry. and you would be working with industrial experts who would be mentoring you and coaching you throughout the semester. So the assessment is industry-based, the coaching is done by industry experts, so you get that insight into industry. So that's on the robotic and AI program. We also have another one, which is the electronic design engineering. So this is for those who really want to go into designing electronic products. So it's heavily weighed on things like product design and development. You'll have a bit of signal and systems. You'd be doing quite a lot of programming and software, control and automation, but at the same time, you would still do things like sustainable engineering, because as I said earlier on, this is one of the major skills that is required by engineers these days. So the flavor is different from the electrical and electronic engineering, because this one is more about product development. So you want to become an electronic designer. That's the kind of course that you'll be looking at. So I hope this gives you a good overview of the kind of flavor and the theme that you'll be, the structure of the program will be doing. We also have an MSc in robotics. As again, this is a master's course, and you'll be looking at more advanced module. Now, this MSc is quite broad. It does a lot of software, a lot of hardware, a lot of theory. So you'll be learning electronics and robotics integration. How do we integrate robotics and electronics together? You'll be working quite a lot with sensors, actuators, and embedded systems. You'll be learning a bit of more like very focused robotics subjects such as human-robot interaction, industrial robotics. But at the same time, you also learn about research techniques, innovation, sustainability, and finally, you'll be doing your own dissertation. So you can see the curriculum is quite broad. There's quite a lot of areas in there, which can really pave the way nicely to different areas of employment or different areas. You can even go for PhD topics. So you have a really nice, let's say, a rounded experience with this kind of an MSc. Now, who can join this MSc? Anyone with knowledge of, anyone who has background in electronics, in engineering, such as mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering, even those doing physics could come into here, communications, electrical electronics, because it's very broad and everything is more project-based. There's quite a lot of practical things. So therefore, we are able to accommodate people who are not just from an engineering, but also from a science background, such as physics, even mathematics, computing background. So it's quite a nice way for students, because they would interact with students from different areas. I can give you an example at this point. This year we have people who have done computing as the first degree. We have those who have done mechanical engineering as the first degree. We have some who have actually done electrical as the first degree, some electronics. It's a mix kind of crowd. And they are really enjoying learning things together, because they can help each other out with their different areas of expertise. Now, these courses are also available with placement, all the BEng, and MSc. And as my colleague, Dr. Sahand mentioned earlier on, we have structures for placement, and we encourage people to do placement because it's a very good way to gain work experience. It gives you that special insight in industry that others who don't go for placement would not get. It gives you the chance to really put into practice the skills that you have learned at university. For example, we have those future skills module, navigate, explore, and apply. Now, in this, you get to really apply those skills that you've learned from the module. And at the same time, you will learn to develop new skills from industry. So we really encourage students to go for placement. And we don't really provide the placement ourselves because it's very competitive in the UK, but we provide you with all the necessary support and structure and training to be able to go out there and get these placements. So placement is really something that we would definitely recommend. I also wanted to talk a little bit about our innovation in the way we assess things. As we know, we have to move with time. We cannot rely on being very traditional, old style. We have to move with the way things are. We have to move with the way that is required, the skills that is required. So we have some very innovative assessment strategies. We have coursework in form of technical reports, portfolios, practical exercises, quite a lot of them, demonstrations. We have oral and poster presentations. We have vivas. And we also encourage the use of AI because we believe AI is a tool. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something to look at in a negative way. It's actually something that we need to train our students to use, which is why we recommend that you use AI. But there are some parameters that you have to follow. For instance, you'll have to explain to us, how did you use AI? Why did you use it? And how did it help you? So you need to reflect on the use of AI. Now, we also have in-class tests that we run as assessment components. But one important thing is that we don't have any formal examination. We've removed formal examination is all our assessment, which means we don't believe that it's the best way to assess students, especially now. And we want to create that environment that kind of simulate work. When you go to work, when you become engineers, you will not have exam in your work. You will not have tests. You will actually have projects. This is why we thought we will innovate our curriculum, innovate our assessment strategies, and make things more practical based, more project based, which really emulates how it's done in industry. But there are some that we cannot, some in-class tests that we cannot remove. For example, mathematics, for instance, you cannot assess mathematics through coursework. It has to be some sort of exam in-class test. I also wanted to talk a little bit on the specialist resources. I think this is a really important thing because, especially for the kind of courses that we offer, students need to go to a place where they get the latest technology. That's how it is these days, and simply because things are moving so fast. If you look at the way things are going, the way things are developing, the way technology is developing, the way engineering is going forward, the way robotics and AI is going forward, it's very difficult to catch up. That's why you need to be in a place where you get the latest and the best resources. And I believe that at Kingston University, we have that. Now, just to give you an example of how we are doing that, the university has invested over £6 million in developing and expanding the facilities at Roehampton Vale campus where we are based. The university has spent this money on the latest technology, on industry standard equipment and software. Again, having this employability in mind. We want to prepare you for what you will see and meet in industry. We have created collaborative spaces, including things like an electronic product workshop where you can go there and just go creative on designing, building things. We have a design studio where you can go and work with people to innovate, to encourage things like teamwork, innovation. And a few pictures you can see there. We have brand new labs. We have a brand new robotics lab. We have brand new electrical lab, electronics lab. We have a brand new product workshop. So what we want to do is to create that environment that fosters innovation, creativity, and also teamwork. Now, in terms of the facilities and resources, as I mentioned, we have state-of-the-art hardware equipment. We have things like a laser PCB milling machine. We have a CNC machine, which is essentially from mechanical engineering department, but we get to use them as well. We have huge laser cutters that we use that also belong to mechanical engineering, but because we are in the same school, we get to use it as well. We have one of the best 3D printing facilities, I would say, in the UK, with lots of huge 3D printers. In terms of robotics, we have a huge array of robotic platforms. I will show you some pictures later on. And in terms of hardware, of software as well, we are very up to date with our software. We use only industry standard software. I'm sure you've heard of MATLAB, LabVIEW, Symmetrics, and we work with major world-leading manufacturers. So, as I said, our facilities are actually, I would say, top of the range, state of the art. Now I have a few pictures to show you. For instance, in electronic equipment, you'll be dealing with very typical test and measurement equipment like these ones. In fact, these are pictures that I took from the lab. Those are you who are knowledgeable a bit in electronics, are familiar with these equipment. You would see power supply, oscilloscopes, etc. Our students also work on building and building circuits and designing circuits. This is huge in our curriculum. You'll learn how to solder, you'll learn how to use different ways to build circuits, including breadboards and printed boards. We also have what we call a laser PCB manufacturing machine. Now, this is one of the latest in industry. And we are one of the few universities to actually have that. It's extremely expensive, but what it can help us to do is to create and manufacture professional printed circuit boards, the one you find in your computers, in your laptops, in your mobile phone. We can actually make that. And the good thing is we also get students to do that. We get students to use this equipment. So as I said, you'll be using state-of-the-art equipment. You will be also using things like boards, development boards, Arduinos. I'm sure you're familiar with it, Arduino, Raspberry Pis, DSP boards. You'll have access to use all these. These are from the electronic side of things. As for the electrical, we have also invested heavily on high voltage equipment. For instance, what you're seeing here is an experiment where you can control motors, generators, essentially looking at dynamos, generators, AC/DC motors. We also have a similar bench that can do transformers to simulate high voltage, high current. We also have a transmission line bench where you can simulate energy coming from the grid, going through the different areas, different points of a transmission line up to delivery. So we have, as I said, in state-of-the-art equipment. Now, this is for the electrical and electronic equipment. And again, these equipment are also used by the mechanical engineering courses because we share quite a lot of resources. In mechanical, you also have electronics in there. So they get to use our facilities as well, and we get to use theirs. In terms of robotics, we have a lot of robotic platforms, and probably we have a brand new robotics lab. It's the latest lab in the UK for sure, where we have a lot of robotic platforms. So as soon as you come in, if you're doing the robotic engineering AI course, you will have access to these arms. Now you can see these are two different types of arms. One is industrial, one is more collaborative. We also have a latest robotic arm. This is a picture that I took yesterday. It's a picture of our newest robot. It's a fully industrial robot. It has an arm span of 6 meters. That's very tall, and it also does 3D printing. So this is our latest acquisition, and these are things that are used by students. Now, we also have humanoid robots. You can see these are the 4 types of humanoid robots we have, the Now, the Pepper, and we have the Unitree H1 NG1. I'm sure some of you have seen pictures of Unitree. Unitree is at the moment the biggest humanoid robotic manufacturer in the world. And we have really good collaboration and partnership with them. We work very closely with Unitree. We also have some, we call them quadruped robots. These are the dog robots. We have a few platforms. And again, from Unitree, with whom we have a really good collaboration. So we work with some of the world leaders in the industry. We also have drones, the latest ones. And within the robotics lab, we have a drone cage where you have the capability to actually locate drones while they're flying. As I mentioned, I repeat myself again, we have state-of-the-art facilities within the school. We also have very good industrial links and engagement. In fact, all the departments within the school has got what we call an industrial consultative committee, where we have experts from industry who come and help us to improve our curriculum. They give us the insight in industry. They tell us what are the skills, what are the attributes that they would like to see within graduates, and we try and embed this within our curriculum. What we also do is we get them to do guest lectures. They give us trips. They give us assignments for our students for the Explore module. So they really, really engage with us. And we have some big names within the school. Now, this is some of the companies that we work with, and this is for the whole school, not for my department, but this is for my department, for my colleague Dr. Sahand's department, and also for the aerospace department. You can see some big names there. For example, we work with Airbus, McLaren. Within the robotics sector, we work with, if you can see, Fanuc. Fanuc is one of the biggest manufacturers in the world, Japanese company. They make industrial arms. We work with Unitree Robotics, as I mentioned, the biggest humanoid robots manufacturer in the world. We work with Auto Discovery, Inano Robotics, quite a lot of companies. You can also see JLR, Jaguar Land Rover, and McLaren, with whom my colleague Sahand works very closely as well. So you can see that we have some world-leading companies here who actually advise us on our curriculum, how to make them better, how to improve, so that our students have the best chances of finding jobs when they finish their courses with us. I also thought of just very briefly mentioning some career prospects for you guys. Once you finish the degree with us within the department, you can go into and work into the electronics department industry, into the electrical and power industry, robotics and automation. You can even go and work in the software engineering area because you would have learned quite a lot of software. In fact, you will learn a lot of programming languages, MATLAB, C++, Python. You can work in the automotive industry, the telecoms industry, biomechanical engineering industry, audio engineering, broadcasting, research and development, and the list goes on. Even banking and finance, because in engineering, the skills, the mathematical skills you get within engineering, you can apply them within banking and finance as well. So these are essentially some of the careers prospect that you can have once you finish your degree or your master's with us. I think I've given quite a lot of information, and I would stop here and just mention that if you want to follow us, we have you can see the QR code here for the Kingston, for our faculty's Instagram page, and you can find us on Facebook, X, and those LinkedIn, etc. So feel free to contact us and have a chat with us, whatever information you need. And please try and follow Instagram because we do have a lot of things that we post on Instagram and in LinkedIn. Right, so I think I will stop sharing here and happy to answer any question that we might have.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Actually, the presentation was very informative. At a glance, we got lots of information. Indeed, there are few areas hit me, right? You explain about how the learning process is developed over the years, first year, second year, third year. And also another very important fact you shared with students, that means some lucrative and the demanding programs. Now Kingston has opened avenues for vast kind of feeders, right? Not only vertical feeder. For example, like robotics, MSc in robotics engineering, the people from the science background can come into that. Same way, I think Dr. Sahand will agree with me. For the renewable energy engineering, there are lots of feeders open up because for the futuristic programs, Kingston has opened so many pathways for our students. Right? Thanks so much. It was very informative, right? Okay, now it's time for the Q&A session. Actually, there were a few questions on the Q&A panel. We have Professor Mukesh already has answered some of these questions. Can I raise a few of these questions to you all? I think, Professor Mukesh, this is for you, right? Any scholarships available for ESOFT students for masters and for top of or whatever final year probations?
Scholarships are available to all the students who apply to study at Kingston University. However, you need to be aware of the timeline. They are allocated well in advance of the start of the program. And secondly, I think it's important to recognize it's highly competitive because these scholarships are offered for all the students wanted to study any of the Kingston program. So answer is yes, but you need to be aware of the timeline. And secondly, be very much mindful of the fact it's highly competitive. And all the information is already available on Kingston University website.
Prasad, may I add a bit here as well, if I may so as well? So
Right.
I can't hear you. If you can hear me, please.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
one of the scholarships that's available for students at the moment is related to MSc Renewable and Energy Engineering program, MSc program, which is called which is available for September intake students, and you can get up to £2,500 discounts through your scholarship if you do the program at Kingston University in London. So it's available for all international students and also applicable only for September intake 2026. So if you are international students wants to do MSc Renewable Energy Engineering at Kingston University in London, you are entitled for that £2,500 discount on that.
And may I just add, it's not only renewable energy, there are several other master's program within the engineering and built environment provision that has been offered at ESOFT. So I think this is the reason I think for the most up-to-date information, it's best for them to visit the website and get a full details. But just as Sahad mentioned, that time is short and it's only for September 26 intake, especially for the MSc program postgraduate. Yeah.
Okay, students, if you need more details, if you need specific contacts, you may reach ECET. Then we will connect with the Kingston University London. Okay, next question is, now I am final year students, BTech Bachelor of Technology honors, electromechanical engineering technology degree, University of London. This is 4-year full-time degree. So I want to know, can I join MSc Automation and Control degree after completing my degree? This is over to you, Dr. Sahand.
Prasad, I think that these specific cases are very, very difficult to judge through this webinar. So I would really recommend that anyone interested in the programs to apply through the university website, and the admission team will check their documentation and they'll advise on that.
Okay.
Can I suggest? I think we have at ESOFT, we have a ESOFT International Private Limited who are offering and helping us in securing the recruitment. So perhaps they can, Prasad can get in touch with their details with Vagesha and apply it through them. And then we will look at that because Saad is right. In such cases need to be assessed on an individual case by case basis. Answer not straight yes or not straight no, but it is better for us to make sure that the course team at Kingston assesses all the things in a full holistic way, full package, and make a decision. And I think, Prasad, is very important that if you can direct those students through the ESOP International Private Limited, because that way we can expedite a little bit the process and decision making.
Sure. Students, if you have any other questions, you can raise now. If not, within another few minutes time, we are going to wind it up. Okay. Ravishan is asking, any possibility of changing the fields of HND to top-up degrees? Professor, can you?
Yeah, I don't know what does that question is all about. I think Kingston fees are already publicized, and there are no changes to that published fees. But if they wish to have some financial incentives, again, I will direct them to the ESOP International Private Limited. They can advise them and sort it out.
I'm sorry, Professor, that the student is concerned about, okay, for example, he completed electrical engineering HND,
Yeah.
Either he can progress into electrical and electronics engineering in his top-up, kind of a change in the field.
Again, yeah. So again, we can't answer without looking at what precisely which units this individual has done in HND. They had to make an application, and the course team, Kevin, Nadia, and their team will assess the eligibility and then make a decision.
Thank you, Professor.
Because it is very, very difficult to make a judgment. Unless that particular HND curriculum is already been offered as a progression pathway into our top-up program delivered at ESOFT.
Okay, Tushan is asking, what is the difference between the BSc engineering degree and a BEng degree?
I don't know whether you want me to start. Yeah, let me start. So I think it is all to do with the recognition of the qualification. So BSc honors degree essentially gives a equivalent or recognition from the Engineering Council for meeting a incorporate engineering education base of first stage. While the BEng degree, it meets both the incorporate engineering, which is known in short IEng, as well as a partial charter engineer education base. What does it mean? That depending upon whether you've done the BSc or BEng, your further study, master's study that required to have a full education base to get a registration with the Engineering Council will decide it.
Thank you, Professor. Harsha wants to know, why should we select Kingston for mechanical and electrical engineering programs over other universities? I think at the very beginning, Professor Mukesh gave us 3 points: employability and the recognitions and the academic area. Professor, you want to comment further on this?
Yeah, I think you rightly mentioned that. I mentioned that there are 3 key areas that makes Kingston University provisions across the board different than other provider. One is academic excellence, as all of us mentioned, that our provisions are being designed in consultation, contribution, and scrutiny through the industrial experts, employers, as well as the professional institution, so that the degrees that awarded from Kingston University, that gives a confidence and the respect and recognition, as well as the value that employers are seeking for. So it's not only employers. If you decided to do the further study or go into a different country, also equally valid. Also, our track record of offering engineering and built environmental provisions at ESOFT College of Engineering Technology, it shows, the track record shows that employability rates are more than 95%. The students who completed Kingston program are very highly sought after by industry and employers. And simply because the feedback we're getting time and time again, that our graduates can start the ground running from day one. They are very have a competencies and all the graduate attributes that industry is looking for. And this is where our future skills is one of the key thing happening. And third thing is that our curriculum has a global outlook. It really covers all the basics and requirements, so the graduates can embark on the journey at not only within the Sri Lanka but also world over.
Actually, we can entertain another 3 more questions. The other questions we will personally write you on. Another student is asking, I'm currently following engineering, mechanical engineering program at ESOFT. Any possibility for transfer to final year at Kingston? Okay, that of course Professor mentioned. Transfer options at different level. I saw another message regarding automobile. Okay, here. Can I get into automobile industry after completing mechanical engineering at Kingston, after completing my HND in ECET, at ECET?
So these are individual cases. I mean, in terms of admission, it's very difficult to comment. But career-wise, I think myself, Professor Mukesh, Dr. Kevin, we are more than happy to discuss about career opportunities, destinations after the graduation. But these individual cases are super, super difficult to comment during the webinar.
Okay. I think we have something common for everyone. This student is asking, with the current trend, what would be the most demanding jobs in near future? Actually, they might be seeing AI and everything is happening around. They might be concerned, have a concern, right, whether their jobs or fields are secure. All of you can comment on this.
So if I can kickstart before I forget, the first point I want to make that those who are seeking and considering to do the degree program at Kingston University, it is important that they are fully aware that they have to do the IELTS at minimum 6 for the undergraduate program and 6.5 for the postgraduate, because that English proficiency requirement is not only for KU, but it's a UKVI, the visa purposes that you need to have that. So just bear that in mind. I think as Dr. Kevin and Sahad implied that digitalization and AI should not be looked at as taking the jobs away. I think it should be looked at as supporting tools for assisting us. I think that my response would be, or question would be to that individual, simply just check what aligns well with that individual's ambitions, circumstances, career goals. I think you cannot make a decision for tomorrow without knowing what's happening day after that. So I think it is important to recognize that nothing is going to go away. I think it is to do, and engineering always will be in demand, one way or another way. And there's a classical example has already been demonstrated by both Sahad and Kevin, that we are actually integrating and also utilizing those development as a supporting tool and as a kind of learning tools within the provision. And that's exactly what employers are looking for. I think my suggestion, I think it will remain the endless opportunity when it comes to the engineering in this evolving and developing AI and digitalization world. I don't think they should be worried about it too much.
Thank you, Professor. Dr. Kevin and Dr.
Y-
Sa.
Yes, if I can add, I think engineering wise, jobs in engineering are, I would say, safe with the advent of AI. Potentially other areas might be in jeopardy, but not in engineering. In fact, this is why we are using it as an advantage now. We are, in fact, training future engineers to use AI. We are training engineers to use AI for their jobs. So, in fact, I would echo what Professor Mukesh has said. AI is in a way a good thing for us because it's going to improve the life of engineers. It's going to make our life a lot easier. We just need to interact with those tools and use them to our advantage. So yeah, I strongly believe that AI is not an issue for us now. We don't know what will happen in the future, but now and in the near future, I think we are okay. And it's in a way, it's a blessing for us because we get to use things. And it applies to, I believe, all the engineering disciplines, whether it's electrical, electronics, whether it's telecoms, comms, mechanical, aerospace, because we need engineers. This is, as Professor Mukesh rightly mentioned, this is an area where jobs are in demand and it's scarce in some countries as well. So yes, there's a scarcity of not jobs, but of engineers. And we are doing the right thing by, interacting with those new tools so that our engineers are prepared for the future.
And if I may just add further, I think AI and all this digitalization will need engineers to ratify their validity, because they will only become efficient and effective if engineers' inputs have been provided. Because, for example, robotics, it has to have engineering input. For example, renewable energy, whatever form, or you controlling the mechanism, either generating energy or transporting energy, will require engineering input. So I think you need to bear in mind that our discipline and sector is such that is in fact going to play even greater and major role in transition into this new way of doing things.
I just want perhaps to add a bit piece there as well. The courses that are all delivered at Kingston University, both UG and PG courses at Kingston University London and through ESOFT College, it's all designed having in mind future skills. And this is what I would like to really emphasize on that. All the courses has been designed in discussion and in collaboration with industries on the skills that is on the most need in the future for the graduate. So once you graduate from the courses, and probably also answering one of the questions that previously was why you should study at Kingston University, because the courses at Kingston University, they are future proof. All the courses has been designed with the future skills in mind, with the skills that employers believe that graduates would need in the future. So all the courses have those elements embedded, which AI is a part of it, softer skills, presentation, teamwork, all of those embedded in all of our courses to make sure that in the future graduates will have a job.
Thank you, Dr. Sahand, and thank you, Dr. Kevin and Professor Mukesh. Indeed, that was a best question to wrap up the session because it says, your future is secure, engineering profession is secure, you are in a right position, right profession actually. Okay, now actually we have exceeded our time. It's time to end the webinar today. I will take this opportunity to specially express my sincere gratitude to Professor Mukesh Limbachiya, Dr. Kevin, and Dr. Sahand Hosouli for sharing their valuable time, knowledge, and insight with us. Even Dr. Sahand, Dr. Kevin, they were in the different functions, different assignments these days. Professor was very busy with some other foreign assignments. We heard some good news from him. Okay, thank you so much for being here and educating and enlightening our students on this Kingston University offering right here at ESOFT Engineering as well as in Kingston University London. Your presentation gave us very insightful information and very nice, very kind of a very clear. Everyone could understand what these offerings are. Okay, all the participants, thank you very much for joining with us for these active, engaging presentations and also your questions. You raised your concerns, and I hope we answered most of the stuff. Some specific questions you can reach us, then we can help you on these specific concerns. Okay, if you're studying, if you're studying in UK, it's not a immediate possible. I mean, if you compare with the studying at London and studying at ESOFT Engineering, there are different constraints you will have. But don't worry, we offer some of the programs offered at Kingston University London, and you can contact our counselors and get more information. And we have all our programs are quality assured by Kingston University London, and same examinations and the same content delivered right here in Sri Lanka. I hope that today's session was very helpful for you to take the next step here in your academic goals. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. Have a wonderful evening in Sri Lanka, and also pleasant afternoon to our panelists, especially Professor Mukesh Limbachiya, Dr. Kevin, and Dr. Sahand. And goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Students, we are looking forward for the September intake, either in UK or at ECET in Sri Lanka. Good night, everyone.
All the best. All the best.
The
Good
best.
luck.
Good luck.